Hello, my precious cinnamon rolls. My name is Phoephoe, and I'm here back again playing Loren, the Amazon Princess. Previously, we finally found Loren's mother, the Queen Karen. We're trying to return to the Citadel and to find out that war has broken out between the Elven people and the human empire. And we have to travel back to the Citadel while fighting through these factions. First, we're going to go to the camp. We haven't got Mirth and Ray at the moment because they've gone. We'll see if they've got anything to say. I don't know. How is Ramos doing? Dora says he's doing fine. There ain't no reason for him not to be. He's over his lost cart and he wants to help Loren out for sure. Dora says, excellent. By the way, I see you two hanging out a lot. Dora says, oh, I expect it's because we're both dwarves and all that. I don't get to talk to a lot of them, honestly. Elna says, not many dwarves in Grimoire? Dora says, blast no, ain't nobody like anyone who ain't a human in Grimoire. People like them when they're just passing through, but not else. Oh, look at her. Look at her little angry face. She's so cute. Friendly! Eleanor says, that sounds awful. I'm sorry you had to live in that environment. Dora says, don't be sorry because I live just fine. If you know how to change how people think of you, then it's easy peasy. Eleanor says, money? Dora laughed. Dora says, yep, money, lots of it. We keep talking. Dora says, seeing those dark elves in the desert really puts an H-in on my heart, you know. Dora says, it don't feel no different than in Grimoire. The elves and dwarves get shoved to one part of town that's rotten and ain't no one cares because they never see 'em. Eleanor says, how's it go? Out of sight, out of mind? Yeah, that. Eleanor says, I understand. Perhaps that's what Mesfit and his followers are attempting to do when committing crimes. Getting attention? Dora says, maybe the kidnapping, but the murdering is just stupid on their part. Ain't no one gonna feel bad for you if you're killing them. Dora says, that's stealing though. I think they were just trying to eat. No harm in that. Friendly. Dora says, it must be hard to find food in the desert. What could they possibly have to eat? Dora says, maybe they hunt orcs. Eleanor says, that doesn't sound too appetizing. Eleanor says, I've been meaning to ask why we found you in Empire City but not in Dwarven City. Dora says, oh, well, because I like the grimy grimoire. There's all kinds of cool stuff to do and have. It's even got Colosseum. Did you know I saw gladiators fight a couple of times? For free, of course. It's an amazing city to make a living in. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Eleanor says, were you born there? No, Dora says. Eleanor asks, where then? Dora says, I was born in a Dwarven settlement, but I moved out, went along to Grimoire, and stayed put. It's just that simple. Try not to sneeze. Oh dear. Eleanor says, why did you leave your hometown? Dora says, hey, look, okay, I didn't get kicked out of my village or anything. I left, that's it. She's a bit defensive. Friendly. Well, Eleanor says, I believe you. I'm sorry for asking. This is obviously very personal to you. Eleanor says, I don't mean to be snappy. I just don't like talking about this, okay? Oh, she's so sad. Eleanor says, alright, I'm sorry. Talk to Dora again. Dora says, hi again. She's out of dialogue for now. To Reiko. He says, I feel bad for those dark elves, don't you? Yep. Eleanor says, those poor elves, they don't deserve to be treated like that. He says, right, it's terrible. Everyone in the world is set on picking reasons to hate each other. I don't even understand why. He says, it's not who you are, it's where you're from, or what you look like. Is that why you hide your ears behind your hair? Eleanor asks. Draco says, right. Oh, what? Oh, right, you know about that. Draco says, it's just easy to hide them and explain I'm not for the forest. Yeah. Draco says, you know what I'm talking about. Eleanor says, I suppose I do. Draco says, still, the world should be a place where no one feels bad for how they look or where they were born or anything else they can't control. Eleanor says, I find it hard to argue with that. Eleanor continues, I hope one day that Aravon becomes that place. Draco says, me too, I love lavish clothing and I kill for Empire cuisine. Why can't we love both? Eleanor says, I see your heart is in the right place. Again. Eleanor says, asks, if you cast all elements, why is Firestart your surname? Draco says, oh yeah, I get it to myself, it's not really a family name. Eleanor says, why don't you use your real family name? Draco says, I don't know it. Eleanor says, oh no, I'm sure there's not a good reason for that. Draco says, no, you still win on those whose life was worth contest. No use in me even competing. Eleanor says, you can tell me. Draco says, I didn't have a family name because I didn't have a family. Yes, that's simple. Eleanor says, not at all, you were orphaned? Draco says, I think so, I don't have any memories of them, I just remember growing up in the academy. Eleanor asks, what academy? Draco says, oh, the Lothar Wizard Academy. It's a stupid place, and no, let's not talk about it. Eleanor says, alright, what was about your given name, Draco? Draco says, I gave that to myself too, kind of. Eleanor says, so you had a name before you started calling yourself Draco? Draco says, that name was stupid too, I don't want to talk about either. Friendly. Kind of? Eleanor asks. Draco says, oh well, I did this cool trick back then where I swallow a fireball and shoot a stream of fire out my nose. Ellen says, ouch, didn't that hurt? Draco says, a little. But all the kids thought it was cool. They called me a dragon and it was awesome. Ellen said, you swallow fire to be popular? Draco says, I burn out all my nose hairs too, so I did bonus. This just sounds so uncomfortable. Eleanor asks, what's this about you being a famous mage? Draco says, yeah, why haven't you heard of me? Eleanor says, sorry, but I don't know much about outside the Citadel. Draco says, right, sorry. Anyway, I'm probably exaggerating it a bit as it is. I've been trying to make a name for myself, but I keep running into trouble. Eleanor asks, trouble? Like what? Draco says, like not being able to actually be being able to go into cities or keep a job. It's a bit of an awkward sentence to say. Eleanor says, why can't you... Oh, is this about your mixed heritage? Draco says, I try and minimise that, I really do. Everything else, though, it's only my fault. So you've been fired for several jobs before you messed up? Draco says, more or less. Friendly. Eleanor asks, no matter what happened in the past, you're a clean slate with us. Draco says, it's more like you haven't learned to hate me yet. Well, some of you, anyway. Eleanor says, I'm never going to hate you, Draco. I think you're funny. Draco asks, really? Really, really? I mean, really, really, really? Sorry, I'll shut up. Draco says, thanks. I like Draco. Nothing new with me. He's done with dialogue. To Ramos. Hey, come here for a second. Ramos beckoned Eleanor to his side, looking around, checking if the coast was clear. Can I ask you something? Nothing personal, just wondering your opinion. Eleanor says, of course you can. I just wanted to ask what you thought of Dora. Eleanor asks, Dora, why is something wrong with her? Wrong? Now what you just said that? Eleanor says, that's what I'm asking you. Oh, look at him blushing. No, I just wanted to know how you liked her. I think she's a fine person, Eleanor says, a bit hyperactive at times, but she's a good archer. Emma says, yeah. She's a thief, though, ain't she? Eleanor says, I think so, though she would never admit it. Emma says, that's a rough life. I wonder got so low she had to start stealing. And what if she got caught? Blast, that would be downright terrible. The thought of her wasting away in some prison cell makes my bones sad. Friendly. Eleanor says, you seem to care a lot about her. Emma says, do I? Is it that obvious? Eleanor says, well, most would probably resent her for her thievery, but choosing concern instead, that says a lot. I just noticed he's got little bows in his moustache. That's so adorable. Rama said, I couldn't hate her for something as small as that. Eleanor says, why? Rama says, why not? Eleanor says, I was just curious. You really do like her a lot. Does she feel the same about you? Eleanor says, I don't know. Does she? I don't know what she'd like a guy like me. Do you think she does? Eleanor says, why don't you go ask her? I says, what? Don't be daft, go ask her for fright. Like, it's that easy. So bright, this one. Brilliant, just go ask. Ella says, why are you mumbling? Rama sighs and adjusts his axe. What? I ain't saying nothing. God, they're so adorable. Awkward. Adorkable, I guess. Eleanor asks, do all dwarves live in the mountains? Not at all. Dora doesn't, from what I hear. I come from Hammerhands, the shiny, smuggiest beast of a city. We build a mighty fortress smack dab on the side of a mountain gnome. Our keep is in the strongest you'll find in Aravon. So it's even stronger than the Citadel? Rama says, yeah, betcha bottom it is. Friendly. Ella says, it sounds amazing. Rama says, great beauty of stone, right in the middle, pride of our race. Ella says, do you live in the mines like I heard dwarves do? Rama says, blast, no. Mines are cold reeks and my wagon to lose its wheels faster than an imperial in the forest. Rama says, I'd rather have my feet planted on top of the ground rather than under it, that's for sure. I'll keep talking to him. You know what? Those blue elves, I think my cart was attacked by them. Eleanor says, well, really? Rama says, yeah, I was going to trade with the elf cities, but the bandits attacked me, and now that I think about it, it was dark elves. Eleanor says, that's a serious claim, are you sure? Rama says, you don't just mistake someone for a blue elf. Eleanor says, that's not a very nice thing to say. Rama says, I'm not saying all dark elves are bandits. Eleanor asks, you're a merchant, what do you sell? Rama says, things. What kind of things? You know, stuff. Like, alright, I used to trade basic goods, but dwarven meat was selling really good, so I started to cabin around mostly meat. So I make a lot of trips selling meat, if you must know. Ella says, I suppose you enjoy sampling it from time to time? Ella says, so a dwarf can't enjoy a little drink now and then, what's the world coming to? And asks, how did you get so good with fighting with an axe? Ella says, what kind of questions that all the dwarves get for fighting with something? I got me an axe. And I asked, but you're really skilled at it. How did you find time to become an expert if you were busy being a merchant? I says, oh, that's easy. Highwaymen. Riding around with a cart full of goods attracts a lot of fighting buddies. At the end of my route, so I'm twice as strong. Romance. Just pick the romance option just to see. And says, you sure have really big muscles. Rom says, hey, don't be looking at me with those eyes. I'm off limit you here. I'm sweet with someone else, so you just don't got room for your heart, that's all. Eleanor says, oh, I understand, I'm sorry. I says, yeah, go on now, stop bugging me. So yeah, he's not a romance option. Rex is getting restless. He's done then. We'll talk to Loren. Loren was still quiet after her mother's found Eleanor had anticipated that Loren would be happy and that she might, against all odds, smile. Yet she was incredibly sombre, almost as if the very sight of her mother depressed her. Eleanor approached her in hopes of comforting her. She says, I brought you some food. Loren only barely raised her eyes to see the platter. I am not hungry. Eleanor asks, are you regretting finding your mother? Loren now gave Eleanor her full attention. How dare you say that? Eleanor says, this is just my opinion, but you are not relieved at all that you have found her, instead of acting like she is dead. Forgive my forwardness, but I don't understand. Loren says, my mother is not dead because I saved her. Friendly. But who you found was not your mother? Is that how you feel? Loren's mouth dropped open. She was almost too offended to speak. I'm sorry, that was presumptive of me, Eleanor apologized. Loren says, you don't know the relationship I have with my mother. This is perfectly normal. Our lives have returned to as they were before. Eleanor took in a deep breath, considering that the Queen and Princess's relation might actually be as tortured as it was now. There was no way she could truly know. You're right, I should not have said anything. Loren shifted uncomfortably and turned away, too eager for her to leave. Eleanor had opened up one of the most difficult dialogues. See if she has anything else to say. Eleanor? Loren says. Eleanor asks, yes, mistress? This blade is dull and I need you to sharpen it. She held out the hot blade and her jaw dropped. It is too distracting for me to do it myself. She was referring how the sword glowed at her touch. Eleanor says, yes, of course, I'll tend to it. It'll be a great dishonour to serve with this weapon. Loren says, just a sword like any other. Eleanor frowned. You still don't believe in the history of the sword or the other relics? It glows? Loren says, many things glow in this world. The night fire glows, but it's not a divine intervention. Friendly. Loren says, we cannot understand the gods, no, but this sword is imbued with magic. Their gift, it must mean something. Loren says, magical weapons are forged every day. Eleanor says, you're right, but this is a sword in all hands, all but yours. Loren says, I believe you that here that Aravon needs, and that you are beyond worthy to be a divine voice. It doesn't matter what you think of the sword, I know you are these things. Loren sighed and crossed her arms, but she could not reply. Again. Eleanor says, I have noticed that you and the Amazon remain neutral about most affairs. Loren says, yes, and? I find it interesting. Even when it comes to dark magic, you have no strong thoughts on it. Loren says, dark magic does not threaten the Amazons, and we are not afraid of it. Whatever morals or religions that cast certain magics out are not my concern. Loren says, in the war between the Empire and the Elves? Loren says, that also does not concern the Amazons. Eleanor says, if I may ask, then what then might the Amazons care about? Loren asks, are you joking? Our own affairs. If something directly affects my people, then I will cast an eye towards it. So you don't think the world of war affects you at all? Loren said, people war with each other all the time, so you sit through it like we always have. Friendly. Eleanor says, but people are dying, you don't care at all? Loren says, are they Amazons? Eleanor, someone must be like you in order for you to care about them, including me. Loren's eyes widened and stared at her. That's not what I meant. Yes, ma'am. Looked at her again. Eleanor asks, why are Amazon princes not allowed to leave the Citadel? Loren says, for the only scenario it happened is the queen is killed in battle, her kin can immediately take her place. Except my mother did not have such a noble demise. She simply disappeared, and they attempted to crown me. And you couldn't stand for it, Eleanor interjects. Loren says, of course not. A strong Amazon can only die one of two ways, by someone's blade or by their own. Eleanor's eyes went wide. She had heard of a few ritual suicides in her lifetime. Renly. Eleanor says, be killed or kill yourself? Loren says, that's the way. Eleanor says, I admit that I am not an Amazon, but that sounds terrible. Loren says, it is honourable and masterful. We conquer death by meeting it like warriors. Loren says, I suppose I understand. Loren says, you should ask whatever deity you wish to be so lucky. Talking to Loren. We should break camp soon. She's done talking. Oh, talk to Karen. This is Loren's one. My queen, how do you fare? Karen did not lift her eyes from the ground. I will live. She continued to stare deeply into the ground. Eleanor swallowed while searching for the right words. Eleanor says, that is okay, your highness. You are allowed to live. Karen finally looked up and met eyes with the elf. Eleanor feared that she had said the wrong thing. May the great mothers judge me. Eleanor did not understand what this meant, but she hoped the queen would find some solace in her ancestors' spirits. It was clear that the heart was in deep mourning, and she may not recover it from it if she let the spirits consume her. She decided to leave Karen in peace. Eleanor asked, may I ask about who the man you were travelling with was? Karen locked up, but she managed to speak. Karen says, he was Rhizom. He was my private servant and a close companion. Eleanor asks, you loved him, didn't you? Karen says, yes, I will admit it, I loved him. I loved the man, and dearly. Romance option. Eleanor says, love is a beautiful thing, you should cherish it wherever you find it. Karen said nothing in return. You did love him, didn't you? Finally, she looked up at Eleanor. Yes. Then you have nothing to apologise for. Eleanor reached out, her fingertips grazed above Karen's heart. This is law. Eleanor shivered and suddenly realised she was touching the Queen inappropriately. She retrieved immediately and shuffled back. Eleanor says, I'm sorry. She bowed and left as her cheeks toned warm. So we started that romance arc there. If we look... Oops. I don't open the inventory. So we see we've got all the romance options here, and we've got almost one heart with Karen. And when we get to max out, we'll finish the romance arc. I'm going to follow all of the ones I get the options to from now on until we have to get forced to make a choice. See if there's anything else to say. Eleanor says, Loren told me once that you were a very private person, even with her. Is that true? Loren says, private? She had to meditate on the accusation for a moment. Does she consider me a poor mother? Eleanor says, no, sorry, that's not what she said at all. I can see what she means. I did not nurse or entertain her, nor confide in her with my personal problems. Those were mine to solve. Burdening others is a high offence. Friendly. Eleanor says, sometimes people want to take that burden away from you because they care. Refusing them could be an even higher offence. Karen reflected on what she had said. Loren has never acted like she was interested in my affairs. In any case, she has turned out to be a much stronger Amazon than I could hope for. She will make an excellent queen, and I wish her daughters will follow in her footsteps. Blah. Eleanor asks, how did you become Queen of the Amazons? Karen says, my esteemed mother was queen, and I was her chosen kin. So your royal family will continue for generations. If my blood remains stronger, so as the Amazons, it will. But not all queens are chosen by blood. The mother before mine challenged the former queen to battle and won, thereby gaining the throne. Eleanor says, so that is what you mean by remaining strong. Can anyone challenge the queen? Challenge the throne is not a small task, nor one to take lightly. If you do not win, you die. And even if you win, your battle must be an honour. Meaning more than just a fair battle, your fight must be just in cause. You cannot challenge the queen simply because you won the title. The mother before mine wished to displace a queen who was seen as weak. The people rejoiced when she was slain. Eleanor says, I see. Karen says, that is my blood. She gave birth to my mother, and now Loren replaced me. Our bloodline will remain strong. Loren does not deserve to be displaced simply because of my weakness. See if she's got anything else to say. Please, I need to be alone right now. So we're done with that. Let's have a look at our inventory. Let's see what we've got. I need to keep some of this stuff for the companions that... crap, why do I keep doing that? Cloak of the Lizard King. What type of... That's cloth armour, so anybody can wear it. We'll put that on Eleanor there. That's that done. Right. I'll just save my game after doing all the talking. And we'll do a little bit of combat. We got everybody in the party there. Oh, we got 3 giant snakes, an elf druid, and an elf scout. So I'm going to take out the druid first. And Karen. We got Karen. Loren. Plonk. Draco. Oh, ice. I should have cast it on the middle one, then we'd have got both. Well, never mind. Next time. And done. You don't need to heal. Travel through human lands this time. Well, we got 2 fire mages, a human captain, and a human soldier. We'll take out the mages as soon as possible. Do strike through again. There we go. Ramas go plonk. Dora shooty. Karen. I'm not sure what that did, but one left. All done. The Citadel was right in front of them. Loren walked towards the legendary gates of the fortress with pride. The guards at the post jumped in surprise and announced the arrival of the princess, and more amazingly, the queen as well. Large doors creaked open. Inside of the fortress, hundreds of Amazons rushed to form a procession by the entrance. all needing to well combat their royalty. Loren stepped to the boat, banging with the hands on her hips. Loren says, I have returned. I was told many suns ago that our queen, my mother, had gone missing and she was dead. I bring her to you now. Karen stepped forward and the entire city seemed to apologise and cheer at once. Loren says, say, Hail, Queen Karen! She held out her hand to quiet them, and they all looked at her with a fear of punishment for leaving her to die. Karen says, my daughter was very brave in finding me. She has proven great strength and intelligence where I have failed. I was a queen, but do not feel worthy of this honour any further. Loren says, Mother? Karen quickly gestured to Loren to be silent. A more fit ruler has presented herself, and I will relinquish my throne to my daughter within the season. Amazon bowed to Loren. Hail, Princess Loren! Mother, I did not bring you back for this. You are the queen. Karen says, I am a weakling. You have seen what I am. Karen blinked rapidly and looked away. I will prepare you for rule, and then you will be queen. You saved me, and I am grateful. This is what I want. Loren gaped at her mother, unable to believe what had just happened. She was interrupted when Brazier approached urgently. Princess Loren, a very important guest is waiting for an audience with you. When she could finally turn away from Karen, she proceeded to process the message. Loren says, how could Mirth have reached the Citadel before me? Never mind, tell her I will be there shortly. I'm going to end this episode here, and we'll deal with the new section, new guests and everything, which is introducing the opposite faction from the story path, which is the humans, as party members. So we'll do that next time. Hi, this is Phoephoe. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and if you really liked it, please subscribe.